Haven't you a lantern arisen? Rather valuable, this.
Perhaps fortune has deigned to aid us at last.
That ladder looks promising, but we'll have to drop it down from above. If I might have my say, perhaps we might add a thief to our ranks.
We've no need of a thief if we're content to overwhelm our foes with sheer force.
The townspeople depend on me.
I'll gather these now. It would be a shame to forget their location when we need them most. Might there be aught over there?
Let us ponder how best to proceed. Are we leaving already? Bother. I was just getting warmed up.
Tad too high, methinks. I could look upon this sky for all eternity, if 'twasn't for the crick in my neck. Are travelling beyond the rift I uncovered a treasure chest hidden in this very locale. Shall we seek it out? Oh, good thing I'm here, really. I know just where to go.
Is there any way to climb up there? I'm not sure what we'll find, but it might be something useful.
Skeletons, Master!
Food is the fuel of any adventure.
It would have gone down even better if the area were free of monsters, but I suppose one can't have everything. Master, if you're carrying around anything you don't need, there's no time like the present to rid yourself of it.
Let's see. What can we do without?
I have a knack for gathering items and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy. Let us work together.
What's this? We're trapped! Fie! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places!
Cyclops. Be on your guard.
Might we make use of this torrent? Aha!
I can think of all manner of things. They attract our enemies.
A reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
Before here.
You have my gratitude, sir. 'Twould seem I misjudged you. I had taken you for another Force Arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, take this, as a mark of my trust. Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision.
Well now!
The road's blocked. The cart can't get through like this. A powerful current ought to set this rock to crumbling. we could summon one. It's clear. Let us be off.
Now it's to the moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
Riding in an ox cart would be a welcome reprieve.
I wouldn't mind a chance to doze off as the hills roll by.
Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
How dare you?
Look, Master! Goblins!
Perhaps you'd like to take care of them, maybe?
I must stand firm.
Victory!
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
Boots laced, the arm strapped. I'm ready for
Wearing
patrol.
armor all day.
This looks...
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one arisen. That arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Vermont's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous consul, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct Your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with Your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait.
could die happy in a place like this. I could.
Always another errand to see to.
What could yon chest be hiding? I must know.
Not all chests contain treasure, you know.
Can't work as late as I used to anymore.
Ought to set my nose to the ground.
Prayer's a waste of time. No one's listening.
I've heard some interesting tidings about town.
If you refer to changes in the military's makeup, I've heard the same.
'Twould seem the Queen Regent has made significant alterations to the chain of command.
What to do? Mercy! What's to do? Have precious little time. When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten. I'll gladly stay a while.
Take this. It is something I found. I wanted you to have it.
What luck! 'Tis a chest! Oh, I'd not have thought we'd find one here.
The thrill of discovery never gets old.
Ha! I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this. Look, Master. A treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Need anything?
This is my place. This really is fine craftsmanship. It's part of the different as well.
I hope the weather holds.
Go on, have a look.
Peruse at your leisure.
Go on, have a look.
Pleasure doing business with.
I like to spark up when people gather. Here's everything when you trade you lost.
Acting up today.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour.
Much obliged. I fear I've no wisdom to offer.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town. All the best tales come from travelers.
Welcome.
Lots to do. What to do?
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
Take it easy today.
There's no shame.
Well met, sir.
Those new recruits could barely lift their swords.
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
It is our duty to bring the beasts low.
I can scarcely wait to see what we'll discover along the way.
Trevo Mine is but a stone's throw from here. I can guide you there if you wish.
Fancy a look at my wares? Welcome to Bjorn's Armory, and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, Remember, my hope to see you again.
This really is fine, craftsmanship.
I've all manner of arms for... sale. Come, have you... yourself a look.
'Tis most exhilarating to hand over such a sum.
Welcome to... and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So if we... you check the price, just remember, my... advisors die early. Hope to see you again. Fancy a look at my wares? Welcome to Pure... and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, hope to see you again.
You'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose I can guide us there later.
The Arisen is capricious indeed. But don't despair. We shall count upon your guidance when the time comes. I thought you might like this, so I picked it up. Here you go.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
I'm ill at ease here.
This headache's driving me up the wall, Tiz.
Hope I didn't leave the pot on.
How did I end up here?
Pray, slow your feet! You run too fast for the likes of me!
Is there no getting through this door? There are one or two places of interest nearby. I could tell you more about them if you like, Master.
Lucky us. That's worth taking.
I can't wait to find out what's inside.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away. Would you care to behold a forgotten riftstone as yet undiscovered in this world? Then follow me. 'Tisn't far.
Together, we are indomitable.
I just think what we could achieve if we honed our talents further. We've earned ourselves a pat on the back.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement. How dare you! Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself.
What?
As you wish. Return directly. night sky is a balm to the battle-weary heart.
Is as you say. Fiends will resurrect so long as their skulls remain intact. But fear not, I shall gladly smash every last one.
You don't know a town until you've met its people.
Well met. Looking to make a purchase? Much obliged, sir.